Creative art therapy is the prescribed use of the arts to help people improve their quality of life, for emotional and psychological support, to express themselves and to explore mental health and any issues or difficulties they might have through the process of creative art.
People who work in the creative arts will actually find that it's something that's more accessible to them. All of the creative arts therapists, they're also creatives themselves, so making this available to people across the arts was really important and a very natural fit for Minding Creative Minds.
Can you leave all the noise?
Thank you. Can I get the slides, please? So I'm just gonna whip through. I just created a few slides because sometimes it's easier to to follow if you have the slides to watch as well. So can I get the first slides? So creative arts therapy is the planned and prescribed use of creative processes with a qualified therapist working to support and enhance the psychological and social well-being of an individual. We use the creative arts for self-discovery and self-expression within the safety of a therapeutic framework. All our creative arts therapists are actually qualified at master's level, at least. Some of them are doctorate level. And they're all registered with the Irish Association of Creative Arts Therapists. And they can integrate knowledge of the arts with principles of psychotherapy and the related fields. Can I get the next slide, please? So essentially, when we use the term creative arts therapy, what we're actually referring to is an umbrella of, it's basically an umbrella term incorporating 4 of the mediums that are used, which is art therapy, dance movement therapy, drama therapy, and music therapy. And I'm very happy to say that we were able to launch with some of the very best professionals in those mediums with our pilot study with Minding Creative Minds. So essentially, when we're talking about art therapy, we have clients work with an art therapist, and they use the arts, the artistic medium of paints and pencils and crayons, etc., to explore their emotions, understand conflicts or feelings that are causing them distress, and use art to help them find resolution to those issues. Dance and movement therapy is actually a really good medium to use, particularly for people who may be having some issues with actually really strong feelings that they're having trouble understanding, because dance and movement therapy is particularly effective in those seeking to improve their relationship and awareness of their body. Movement being the first means of communication that we actually have is also, why it can be so incredibly powerful. So in dance and movement therapy, it's we're looking at exploring within the therapeutic environment our relationship with movement, our bodies, and the physical responses to stress, pain, low mood, etc. And we can actually communicate through functional movement, communicative movement, developmental movement, and expressive movement. Drama therapy, too, uses the systematic use of drama and theatre processes to achieve healthy psychological growth and change. And the interventions that the drama therapist would regularly use include games, puppets, masks, storytelling, fairy tales, role play, etc. And by using all these sort of sensory and imaginative play, they can communicate far better than maybe they might otherwise. And it's a really good way to support particularly exploring challenging things from various points of view, especially in the role-playing side of it. Then we have music therapy, and Lindsay here is an exceptional music therapist. Also, I might add that she's also a vocal therapist, and there's only 2 in this country, I believe, so at master's level. So it'll be quite interesting. I think she's got something up her sleeve to use in the demonstration in a minute. Anyway, music therapy it incorporates the use of music-based activities for non-musical goals. So essentially, you don't have to be a musician to use music therapy as a form of communication. So it's been proven to support emotional regulation and expression, pain and fatigue management, encourage movement, cognition skills and communication, social interaction, reduction of anxiety and low mood, and coping with change. And music therapists, as in with all the therapists, are trained to ensure the sessions are accessible and supportive for all ages and all abilities. So as I said, just one or two notes here, just to be clear about where we're at with our pilot. We've launched the pilot. We're in our first 12-session section of the program, and we've got people lined up to use it up until the end of the year. Because it's a pilot program, we're actually doing the in-person sessions in Dublin. We would, of course, love at some point to be able to be all over the country, ideally. There are some really great creative arts therapists all over the country. But at the moment, we've teamed up with Neuralinks in Sandyford, and we're using the same space as them. That's what you saw in the video. And we actually do our very first session online, so people get to hear all about what they're expected to do, and we have a creative arts coordinator, therapy coordinator, who's also a brilliant music therapist, who actually speaks with clients first. So you're always, from the very beginning, talking to someone who is actually trained in the creative arts therapies, and then once then she will also book your first session and introduce you to your therapist, and then you get 12 sessions with that therapist. It's for, as I said, it's for anyone who works in the arts. And again, you don't require any specific creative skills in order to make use of these therapies. And we do, just the last slide there is just to show you that on our website, that's where you can actually find more information about the program. And we're currently taking interest in the program. We had to close the actual applications almost as soon as we launched because we had so much interest. But we are actually now kind of coming to the end of putting therapists together with maybe our third round already, and we will be opening it up again soon for people to apply. And the application process actually starts through the website, so it's a very clean and efficient process to apply. But even if you're just interested in knowing more about it, just add your name to the list on the website.